Stop scrolling. That little glowing screen in your hand or in your child's bedroom is no longer just for entertainment. It has become the most dangerous decentralized recruiting office in North America. The cartel isn't using back alleys and street corners anymore. They've perfected a system, a digital pipeline that targets American teenagers and young adults directly through the algorithms of TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. This isn't about drugs. This is about digital slavery, fast money, and a terrifying psychological manipulation that exploits the financial struggles of American youth. According to Texas law enforcement, the majority of people arrested for human smuggling under Operation Lone Star are Americans in their teens and 20s, lured by vague job posts on social media. They are the new disposable face of the cartel's operation. In the next 15 minutes, I will show you the 3 specific algorithms the cartel weaponizes, the exact coded language they use to bypass tech censorship, and the real-life case studies that prove your neighbor's child could be their next target. You'll never see a For You page the same way again. The cartel's first step is pure digital marketing. They don't promote violence. They promote the American dream on steroids. This is the narco-aesthetics algorithm. They flood the platforms with high-production videos showing unbelievable luxury, gold-plated AKs, exotic animals, endless stacks of cash, and designer clothing. They frame themselves as powerful, successful entrepreneurs. Why does this work on U.S. youth? 1. The financial void. In areas with high youth unemployment or financial distress, like parts of Arizona and South Texas, a promise of $2,000 for a single 2-hour drive is a life-changing sum. It's an economic necessity, not a criminal choice, for many. 2. The belonging void. The content often emphasizes brotherhood and loyalty, targeting young men and women who feel isolated or rejected, offering them a false sense of purpose and respect. The code game. The cartel is now highly sophisticated at bypassing social media filters. They use coded emojis to allude to their leaders and factions without naming them. They post opaque job ads for personal drivers, security personnel, or agave cutters, a front for forced labor or smuggling, with legitimate-looking high salaries, often $600 a week for roles that normally pay minimum wage. The Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, confirms that many youth are so influenced by this content, they actually message the cartel pages themselves, asking how to join. The propaganda has become self-recruiting, but not everyone contacts them. How does the cartel go from 1 million users scrolling to targeting your specific child? They leverage a second, far more insidious tool, the vulnerability algorithm. Cartel recruiters, who are often younger, relatable people themselves, are experts in digital sociology. They use 3 predictive digital signals to identify a high-value target in the U.S. Signal 1, the financial distress filter, the profile bio. They search profiles and comment sections for keywords like need cash, broke, gotta pay rent, or aggressive posts about being tired of the 9-to-5. This signals desperation and a willingness to take high risks for quick rewards. Signal 2, the geographic isolation signal, location tags. This is the US-specific tactical key. Recruiters aren't just looking for people in big cities. They are looking for users who geotag themselves in small, remote border communities or even inland suburbs of Texas and Arizona that are close to major interstates. The DEA calls this the Uber for the cartels model. They need drivers outside the immediate border crush to move drugs or migrants further inland, past checkpoints. Signal 3, the anger and impulsivity filter, the comments stories. Recruiters look for high degrees of impulsivity and anger in comments. They want someone who is ready to make a bad decision quickly. They often lure the victim with a small, upfront, good faith payment via Cash App or Zelle for gas money, a psychological trick that creates immediate financial reliance and commitment. CBS News reported the case of an 18-year-old from North Carolina who was arrested after a high-speed chase in Cochise County, Arizona.
After a high-speed chase in Wake County, troopers say Jaden White here was going 93 miles per hour on I-540 near Creedmoor.
He was directed to pick up migrants in the desert after responding to a message on TikTok. He just thought he was getting easy money. Tragically, in one separate incident in the same county, a suspected smuggler, often a young recruit, crashed, killing a 65-year-old woman headed to her own birthday dinner. The consequences are paid by innocent Americans. Once the recruit takes the first job, the money stops talking. They are immediately slapped with the digital leash. This is how the cartel enforces lifelong silence. When the recruit realizes the package they delivered wasn't spare car parts, it's too late. The job offer becomes a forced recruitment. The cartel immediately forces the new member to surrender their personal data, cloud access, and contact lists. This data is used for doxing and intimidation. If the recruit tries to quit or cooperate with U.S. law enforcement, the cartel unleashes a targeted campaign. Threats to family. They use the contact list to send threatening messages or photos to parents and siblings. Reputation damage. They threaten to use personal photos and data to destroy the victim's social standing. Legal trap. Because the recruit is an American citizen and has now crossed state lines with illicit cargo, they face the full force of U.S. law while the cartel remains anonymous and untraceable on an encrypted app, like WhatsApp or Signal. This ongoing crisis is a profound indictment of Silicon Valley. Social media companies operate with complete immunity. Lawmakers like those who introduced the Combating Cartels on Social Media Act have struggled for years. The cartel content stays up because it generates high engagement, the very thing these platforms are designed to maximize. For the platforms, the ad revenue is more valuable than your family's safety. You see, the cartel is not the only villain here. The American financial institutions that launder the cartel's billions and the tech giants that provide the recruitment pipeline are acting as active co-conspirators, prioritizing illicit profit and engagement metrics over the destruction of American lives. This is a war being fought on your Wi-Fi. The cartel is using the best technology available to destroy the most vulnerable in our communities. We are not just fighting drugs. We are fighting a sophisticated digital predator. We demand 3 things to end this. 1. Platform accountability. We need legislation that makes social media companies criminally liable for turning a blind eye to verified recruitment posts. 2. Parental awareness. Parents must become digital gatekeepers, understand the language, the emojis, and the financial stress signals. 3. Digital decryption. U.S. intelligence must prioritize the decryption and disruption of these narco finance and recruitment channels with the same urgency used for counterterrorism. If you found this investigation valuable, and if you believe that this profound betrayal by tech and finance must be exposed, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Join the fight. Make this truth, the truth of the cartel operating in your feed, too viral to ignore.